Well, since our last interview, Big U got arrested. The whole roll in 60s RICO case. You're familiar with this?
Mm-hmm.
Now, recently, Big U announced that he's going to be representing himself.
I saw that too.
His attorney, Arturo Hernandez, cited a breakdown in communication and trust while requesting to get off of the case. The attorney-client relationship has deteriorated to the point where continued representation would be unfair to both the client and the court. Big U told the court he doesn't have enough money to hire a new lawyer, and he has a 43-count indictment. Now, me and Big U have always been cool. I've been saying this. He came here, did an interview. Ever since then, we've kept in contact. He's never tried to extort me. He's never tried to get me check-in or anything else like that. It's always been very polite, cool conversations. So I was sad when I heard the news. Did you ever meet a Big U or talk to him?
Yes, man. Big U talked on the phone several times.
Really?
Yeah. Man, Vlad, I talk to a lot of people, you know, but I don't go in public. Hey, you know, but we really talked on the phone.
Yeah, cool dude, man.
Real,
It's literally, I'm sad over this whole situation.
And the crazy part about it, when I was going to go to No Jumper, when me and Wack had a situation, because I was like, Wack got a lot of little followers. I don't trust him. I'm going to No Jumper. So I talked to Big U, and he was like, okay, I'm going to have my son, I'm going to have some Crips to come and make sure I was good. I was like, all right, cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then I was like, nah, I'm just going to go. Whatever happened, gonna happen. So when I rode around on joint, I cased the joint for it. I looked at him and said, yeah, I made the block in there. Because I know that's Wack's stomach ground.
I've always avoided situations like this because me and Wack didn't talk for 10 years.
Yeah, I remember that. I saw that.
Beefing for like a decade.
Saw that. Well,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got into, me and Wack got into it.
Man, Wack a headache, bro. I'm surprised Wack was
10 years ago, he was worse.
I'm thinking Wack on medicine, man. Wack was too calm. For real, because everybody, see, you don't know because you really don't be into the social media. Right. But once you going to see Wack is a problem, man.
No, listen, it was over, it was 10 years ago. I was at a Ray J video shoot. I took some photos. I was told to post the photos. But when the photos came out, Ray J was upset because the investors, I guess, didn't want him out. Wack called me and just started talking crazy on the phone. Started threatening me and blah, blah. And I said, fuck this. I'm not dealing with this anymore. You're not going to talk crazy to me over the phone. I'm a man at the end of the day. And I'm prepared to, you know, stand my ground. So, you know, I went and got my security together and said, okay, here on in, this guy is potentially a problem. And we just never talked to each other. 10 years later, we became cool. You see what I'm saying? But at the time, yeah, he was talking wild. But, you know, these days we're cool.
Yeah, I see he's regular over here.
He's a regular. He was here yesterday. You know, he's actually like becoming a friend. Like he's actually helped me out with a few business things. So, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, you know what I noticed.
But back to Big U.
Okay.
What I was going to say was, I never went to Big U to say, hey, help me out with the SWAC situation. Because I always felt like, okay, well then I'm going to owe Big U
a favor.
You see what I'm saying?
All right.
And then I potentially have the problem of, okay, if Big U knows that I have a problem with Wack and I'm reaching out to him for help, him and Wack could then get together and try to escalate this problem for Big U to somehow do more things for me. And the next thing you know, I'm indebted to Big U and everything else like that. So I never asked you for anything. I'm like, I'll get my own security and I'll handle it on my own. I'm not going to talk to any street guys for favors or whatever else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I spoke with Big U spoke a few times on the phone. I even spoke to some Bloods out here. What the youngster name? I think you might have interviewed him. Joey Bad. Joey
Badass is from New York.
Not him. Then the other one. Oh man, he gonna be mad with me because we follow each other on Instagram. We did an interview together too. He got the bad A on the end. He a Blood. Out here in Cali, he rap. Actually, I think he pyro too. Man, that youngster, he gonna get on me. Hey, watch your channel too, man. Hey man, you know I'm old, bro. I apologize. It's something bad. Hey, Snoopy Bad.
Snoopy Badass.
See, I got your name. Him.
Yeah.
The light skin, right? Blood.
I believe so, yeah. I never interviewed him, but I know who he is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I spoke with him and some of his big homies. So I was like, you know, it's beefing with Wack on social media is one thing, but running into him is a totally different. And I know how people, you know, like to prove a point to their homies, like, I got you. And I know Wack got a bunch of little foot, so I was like, oh, hold on, I'm going to Cali, I don't trust him. And I came by myself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I was just thank God that I ain't had no problem though.
I mean, what do you think about Big U representing himself?
I think it's a bad move. I wish I could talk to him.
Huh.
And the reason why I say that because I understand his process of being frustrated. I'm in prison. Lawyer, you not moving fast enough. I know I want my discovery. I want to know who telling them. I want to know what's going on, what they got.
That's what Wack said, that he thinks that this is a move for you to get all the discovery to figure out all the people that are cooperating against him.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, he'll probably get like a public defender or something like that.
Yeah, because
you get a free lawyer.
Yeah,
right.
Anyone
can.
The judge, they
gonna
won't
be a
recommend,
great lawyer, but it'll be a free lawyer.
Right, they're gonna recommend don't represent yourself. But I understand Big U frustration. Where this paperwork? Why? Because lawyers do that, but it don't just be on the lawyer. Them prosecutors like to hold back a lot of stuff for a while. So you think that you're a lawyer, but they just don't know the lawyer, the prosecutor, sometimes the judge. They all go out to eat and hang out, so they're not in a rush.
Yeah. No, I remember I talked to this one lawyer I know who handles a lot of Fed cases. He said in Fed cases, there are situations where the lawyer could get some information that they're not allowed to tell to their own client at the time. It gets that deep. Like Fed cases are different. You know, like for example, like Lil Woody. He's supposed to be a star witness for the Young Thug case. He gets on the stand and just starts basically making the case fall apart. Switching the stories, making jokes, whatever else. I was explaining that this does not happen in the feds. A witness that's supposed to testify in the feds is going to get up on that stand and say exactly what they, confirm. They're not going to switch their story on the stand.
No,
they'll go do life in prison over that.
Yeah, and then Wack gonna tell him, man, you the first person to untell. So Wack, that dude's still Wack a handful, bro. Man, but yeah, because when the federal got you, they got something on you. Yeah. So if you testify, I mean, you testify and hope you get your sentence reduced, or you don't get indicted, or you're a family member somebody. So when they get you, you're doing it because they got you by the balls.
Yeah, I mean, I hope he beats it, man, because he's now in a situation where he is 58 years old. Let me see.
Man, that's too old to be getting the 20 or hurt him.
He's 58 years old.
15 and kill him.
58. So.
Oh, that's crazy.
There's really no deals you could take that will allow you to come home and live off some portion of your life.
Right.
You can't take a 20-year plea deal in the feds.
That'll hurt.
You'll probably end up dying in prison.
So now the question come about, because he had his family with him. He was driving that car, saying, I'm about to turn myself and whatever.
Yeah.
He had his family, so he got a wife, he got children.
Yes.
So now then the question come in is, are you going to stand on what you're supposed to be standing on for a streetwise? You going to hold it down? Or are you going to come home and be with your children?
Well, yeah, and we talked about this yesterday. You could assume that Big U probably knows some stuff that has happened.
Assume. We know he knows some. This Big U.
You're talking about the Rolling 60s. The Rolling 60s are the biggest gang in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
In terms of sheer numbers. They're the equivalent to like an army battalion.
Wow.
Literally, hold on. Let me look it up.
Rolling 60s, baby. That's what I gotta get cool with there.
Rolling 60s. That's Snoop Dogg. That must be Snoop Dogg people.
Is Snoop with the Rolling 60s?
No, he was Long Beach.
Oh, he Long Beach.
Long Beach?
Look, Vlad and all them gangs too. Got all this blue now.
Got my blue on.
Yeah, you're crippin', huh?
Okay, so for example, based on an article 20 years ago, the Rolling 60s had over 1,600 members.
Wow. They deep.
Yeah, so you're talking about thousands and thousands of members.
That's a whole compound.
Big U, who's considered one of the top guys in this organization, if not the leader, now he said that he has nothing to do with it and so forth, as he should. He said he's never been a member. That's cool, right? That's what he should be saying. But the guess is that someone that knows the inner workings of this community and all the crimes that happened and potentially some of the murders that happened, he could potentially get a lot of that time taken away if he cooperates. If let's just say he gives them 10 bodies, 20 bodies, 30 bodies, that's a way to come home. I mean, you know that.
Big facts. But the thing is, that go back to what I was saying. I did it the easy way. I was like, is you gonna stand on this or you gonna come on your family? Because it's like, are you gonna be selfish and say, no, I'm gonna be a real one because I'm, from the 60s crib, I stand on this stuff, or you gonna say, man, some of the stuff I ain't do, some of but I'm too old now, y'all. I'm going home to my family. Are you gonna cooperate?
Yeah. What do you think you should do?
Cooperate.
Yeah. Diesel, what do you think you should do?
I mean, if you're part of the game, I mean, you got to roll with it, man. I mean,